there are bigger things at play here and bigger questions than like my business. It's just about human dignity.
Local businesses are closing their doors today, a part of a strike protesting ICE. Who else is joining the national stand? Plus,
and the Trump administration has dropped a lawsuit targeting universities for DEI initiatives. We'll tell you how one local school is responding.
Also ahead, how an intern is saving his community college hundreds of thousands of dollars just by looking at the water bill.
good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchick. Rod Hill and Chris McGinnis are standing by with a look at our Friday weather and traffic, and a bit of a soggy day to start things off, Rod.
Yeah, not a lot of total rain today. We got one weather system coming in today. There's one on Sunday. Still looks like tomorrow, your Saturday, will be completely dry, and we'll have that weekend forecast for you coming up. Right now, we're seeing rain gathering offshore, so in the coming couple of hours, you'll slowly start to see that increasing rain hit the coast. But Portland should be dry, I think, through at least a tick of 9 o'clock. That means a dry morning commute. 40, and it's not cold, 47 degrees out at the airport right now. Here is your planner moving forward. Upper 40s at 11. Believing we'll get into the low 50s. Portland has not done that the last couple of days, while you folks in Salem have actually been in the mid 50s. So clouds, showers, but not a lot of total rain. Still gusty winds near the Columbia River Gorge to about 30 miles per hour today. Here's Chris.
Rod, we got a wrench and a screwdriver. Maybe a jack. That's what we need, actually. Highway 224. There's a disabled vehicle right now just east of Damascus. ODOT reporting one lane blocked right now, so hence the graphic there that shows the swinging wrench and the screwdriver. Anyway, give those emergency responders some room to work and you'll be on your way. The road is open. One lane is blocked though. All right, back to the freeway. Interstate 84 zipping right along over on the east side. That looks good. Over on the west side, Highway 26, the Sunset coming down the hill from the zoo into the tunnel. No problems there. And a quick check at 217, your 99W headlights there headed northbound. That looks good as well. Guys, so far Friday light, as in light freeway volume. No major trouble out there just yet.
Chris, thank you. We first start with breaking news. One man has been taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries after police say he was shot on a MAX train. This happened just after 1 o'clock on Northeast 122nd Avenue in East Burnside Street. Officers say they have detained a man and that the two involved knew each other. Expect some disruptions to MAX train service in the area as that investigation continues. And of course, we will bring you more updates as we learn more.
A nationwide strike is planned for today. It's in protest of immigration enforcement and what some are calling violence associated with ICE and their operations.
The strike is calling on people to skip work, shopping, and school. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson joins us live from Northwest Portland with what public school officials and local businesses are saying. Corey.
Good morning, Matthew. China, that's right. Activists are calling on Americans to participate in the national shutdown today. Now, the strike is aimed at creating an economic blackout in protest of ICE operations and crackdowns in cities like Portland and Chicago. Now, today's strikes and protests also follow the recent deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy in Minneapolis. The website nationalshutdown.org lists actions nationwide ranging from skipping work and school to avoiding shopping and boycotting ICE funding. Portland Public Schools sent out a letter telling families classes will continue as usual today, stressing safety as a top priority. The students joining walkouts are urged to stay on campus with chaperones, and parents will be notified if they leave. But several Portland businesses also plan to close temporarily in solidarity.
We're going to do what we can to stop this machine, to stop what's going on out into the world in whatever ways that we can. It isn't necessarily about who's wrong or right and what action it is. It's just that every single one of us is taking an action.
Now, at least half a dozen businesses plan to close their doors temporarily today in support of those protests, while others plan to stay open. They say that they want to donate a portion of their sales to immigration groups from today. Now, you can find that full list of businesses in the Portland area right now on our website, KGW.com. Matthew, China.
Corey Johnson reporting live this morning. Corey, thank you. And there was no vote overnight to avoid a partial government shutdown after President Trump and Democrats signaled they had a deal. The plan was to pass a chunk of government funding while splitting off the Department of Homeland Security and negotiate immigration enforcement reforms.
To make sure that we rein in ICE appropriately and make it more professional.
Congress must stop them.
If the Senate does reach a government funding agreement before tonight's midnight shutdown, it still has to go back to the House, and they're not in Washington right now. A brief weekend partial shutdown is unlikely to cause major problems, but transportation funding is on the line, which could mean more airport delays coming.
President Trump says that he will nominate former Federal Reserve official Kevin Warsh to be the next chair of the Fed. Warsh would replace current chair Jerome Powell when his term expires in May. The Associated Press reports that this could bring the agency closer to the White House and reduce its longtime independence from politics. The appointment will require Senate approval. Here in the Northwest, a former Customs and Border Protection Commissioner is accusing federal agents of using unnecessary force against protesters at Portland's ICE building. An ACLU-backed lawsuit accuses federal agents of excessive force during Portland protests. Plaintiffs seek a court order limiting tear gas and other ammunitions near the city's ICE facility. A recent review found a, quote, pervasive pattern of force violating DHS policies, such as failing to warn before acting and misusing crowd control weapons. The case also includes testimony from a Vietnam veteran and his wife, both injured at an October protest.
They've never seen a real war zone, the people that are, if you will, protecting it. But they're more of a problem than a solution.
The federal government has not responded to the lawsuit filed in November, but we could learn more at a status conference today.
The Trump administration has dropped an appeal to cut funding to schools it accused of DEI practices.
One school that drew the attention of the Trump administration last year was Portland State. That's where we find Sunrise reporter Thomas Schultz. So Thomas, what's PSU's reaction to this?
Yeah, well, guys, officials here at Portland State have long maintained that they've always been in compliance with rules around diversity, equity, and inclusion. In a statement, a spokesperson for PSU tells us, quote, PSU has always operated within the law. We were already in compliance and our funding was not at risk. Last year, the vice president of global diversity and inclusion at PSU told us the university was in compliance with a 2023 Supreme Court decision that made it illegal to use a student's race as a factor in college admissions. Still, they were a target of the Trump administration last year when the administration investigated Portland State for alleged anti-Semitism. The University of Oregon also drew the ire of the Trump administration. Last March, the Department of Education opened an investigation into the U of O over alleged race discrimination and threatened to cut federal funding. We reached out to the University of Oregon for a comment. We didn't hear back, though in a statement, a Department of Education spokesperson tells us in part, quote, the department has full authority to target impermissible DEI initiatives that discriminate on the basis of race, color, or national origin. Adding, the Office for Civil Rights will continue to vigorously enforce Title VI to protect all students and hold violators accountable. Still, this decision by the Trump administration to drop this lawsuit comes after a federal judge in August ruled against the administration, saying this anti-DEI initiative was in violation of the First Amendment. China, Matthew.
All right, Thomas Schultz reporting live. Thank you, Thomas. A student intern at Portland Community College is saving the institution more than $100,000 just by looking at the campus water bills. Eric Brurud took bills from last several years and went line by line through different tax and billing parcels throughout the college. He then took inventory of every meter on every campus, and he enrolled the college in a city program that gives a discount for proper stormwater management.
The water system here is really complex, and I think that's why it was kind of untouched for so long. Is there are about a dozen campuses at PCC, and a lot of them have multiple buildings.
The Cascade campus was being overbilled by about 12% for outdated structural changes on campus. That saved $50,000. In total, his work uncovered $143,000 in annual savings.
The time now is 6:09. Time for another check of the forecast with Rod.
Yeah, hi. Good morning. Happy Friday. We do have showers just offshore at this point from the coast. So in the coming hour, 2 hours, you folks will see increasing rain. This shows raindrops approaching into Portland and Salem around the 10 o'clock hour this morning. So if true, we would get through the 9 o'clock commute hour all dry. Mainly a cloudy Friday. This is 5 p.m. Weather models basically say not even 5/100ths of an inch of rain in Portland today. You can see just some scattered green, which means there could be a raindrop if you're out and about this evening, but lots of dry weather expected. Here is the completely dry Saturday with south wind flow coming up from the south, giving us partly sunny skies. The record high tomorrow is 62. We're forecasting 60 degrees tomorrow, and then you can see the rain offshore. That's that system that comes in early Sunday morning and then breaks up during the day, but the scattered shower threat will be ongoing on Sunday as well. All these systems are weak. Today's is weak. Sunday's is weak, although Sunday I think could give us a 1/10 or 2/10 of an inch of rain. Here's our seaside live camera for you. Cloudy skies, rain just offshore. No wind being reported, and 47 degrees. Up at Timberline, above freezing at 36. 3-4 inches of snow was reported at Meadows and Timberline yesterday. Passes are just wet. I mean, Timberline's above freezing. McCamp is above freezing this morning as well, so no travel issues there. All right, right now, temperatures, 48 Troutdale with east winds that have still been bouncing between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Wilsonville's at 43. There's Salem at 43 degrees in our 7-day forecast. 53 today, a little bit of rain coming in, not much. Tomorrow, all dry. We could hit 60. And then we've got showers and 51 on Sunday and a dry run of days next week. And that's your update.